Hello and welcome. My name's Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. Today I'm going to talk about embossing with a Cricut machine. Now, I am going to show results on a Joy, on a Explorer, and a Maker. In my opinion, the Maker does a better job just because it has more force. However, I did want to show you that the same method I'm going to use could work on other Cricut machines as well. So no, you don't need a special tip for this. What I'm going to show you is that, with a Cricut Maker, they make a deboss tip. A deboss is an indentation into the material. I had a case where I wanted to emboss, so I wanted everything raised up. How could I do that with a Cricut machine? I figured it out, and I found that the deboss tip doesn't even give the best results. So I'm going to show you the method that I used to get this, and I've seen other people use the same embossing method that I'm going to use. However, I came up with a way to locate the embossment time after time in the same location, and I haven't seen other people do that method. So I'm going to include that information in this video as well. So first, let's head to Cricut Design Space and talk design a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and open up Cricut Design Space and click a new project and blank canvas and start designing. And for this, I'm going to search for an image, and I'm going to search for a card and filter for free. Now, you can use this with a wide variety of images as well as shapes. However, I wanted to do a card to demonstrate the locating feature that I discovered with this, so I am going to do a card. I found the card that I want to use. I'm just going to add it, and I'm going to make it fairly small so I can use this for all the projects, including the ones with the Joy. Now, if I was to use my Maker for this, I could duplicate this, lay one on top of the other, and for this one, ungroup, remove the score line, then contour, and contour out that outer piece. And then for this, I could change it to a deboss. And then on this other one, I'll go ahead and contour out everything except the outline. And now if I attach everything together, we have a card that has a score line that is going to have a debossed flower on it. So this might be typically how you would use your Maker to create a card like this. So then I would go to my Cricut machine, add my material to my mat, and go ahead and cut as well as deboss the card. So when I use the debossing tip in the typical way, I get a result that looks like this. So the lines are going to be indented into the material, and the entire front of the card will be flat. So there's not really any texture to this. You just have an indented design on the front of this card. However, I want a raised look. So I'm gonna head back to Cricut Design Space, and we're gonna change this up. So I can use the same card design, and for this example, I'm gonna go ahead and still use the deboss tip. However, we want to do this a few different ways. So I'm going to duplicate this entire thing, first of all. And for this version, I'm going to make this flower a cut. So just a basic cut. And I'm going to change this to white because I'm going to cut this out of a white material. So we will cut this first, and then we'll need just the outline of the card. So again, I'm going to duplicate this, move this down here. I'm going to detach everything, and I'm going to delete off the flower, go ahead and leave the score line. And for this one, I'm going to cut this out of the brown material. So the material I'm going to make the card out of. So now I have my first cut that's going to be out of a thick cardstock. This is the card that we're going to lay over it. Now we need the file that we're actually going to do the debossing that's going to turn into embossing. So I'm going to use this file for that. So for this version, we can remove the score line. We'll have already added the score line to the paper with this step. So this is sort of step 1, this is step 2, this will be step 3. For step 3, for this process, I find that if the debossing is a little oversized, it works best. So I'm going to pick just the debossed area, and I'm going to go to Effects and Offset. And we're going to give this a very small offset. You can play around with this offset. You might get slightly different effects. I'm going to do a 0.02 for my example. Now this design has very rounded corners, so I'm going to leave the rounded corner. If you have something that has sharp edges, I would definitely recommend trying the sharp edge. Then we'll just go ahead and click apply. And now we can remove that original deboss. So we have the offset as well as the basic cut. And you will note that I made sure not to move anything around. So it's very important. You want everything in the same location. And now for this offset, it is a deboss. And that's what we're going to try first with this. I am going to try other tips. So I'm going to try a deboss. I'm also going to try the scoring stylus. And then I'm also going to try the foiling tip. I'm going to try a bold foiling tip. However, you could try whatever foiling tip you would like. Now I'm going to show you the results of all three of these. All three will give a slightly different effect. I would recommend trying all of them and seeing which one works best for you. So I'm going to go ahead and change this back to deboss so we can try that method first. We do want to make sure we have everything attached together here. Once you do, you can go ahead and click make. Now, what we're going to need to do is to cut this white first. And you need to cut it out of a very heavy cardstock. I am going to be using Cricut craft board. So I go ahead and attach the craft board to a mat. I do recommend a green mat for the cutting of this white portion. Now, this is white, however, it does not have to be white. It doesn't matter what color this layer is, because you won't actually be using this layer for your project. Something like a light chipboard might even work. You just want something that is very thick. So we'll go ahead and cut this with the Cricut, and then you want to remove the inner portion. So you're leaving everything that you are going to emboss, and you're leaving the outer edge to locate your card. So it's very important that you leave both of those on the mat. And I went ahead and used my brayer and ran over that just to make sure it was stuck down really well and it was not going to move. Then you are going to cut the card itself. So this does not matter. You could actually cut more than one of these at a time. However, it is very important that you just cut the card by itself. So this is going to be cut out of whatever material you're going to make your card out of. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and score that card material with my machine. Once that is done, we can go ahead and do the emboss. So to do the emboss, we are going to use that third layer that we came up with that has the offset around it. So what I'm going to do is add my card to the mat where I cut that white piece of cardstock. And I'm going to use that cutout on the white to locate my card into place. And I'm going to use my brayer to make sure this is down really, really well. And then you'll go ahead and add this to your Cricut machine. And it is going to tell you it's going to deboss. In this case, we're using the deboss tip. It's going to deboss first, and then it's going to cut. We're just going to let it deboss, and then we're going to remove the entire thing because remember, our card is already cut. We're just using that outer cut line to locate the deboss because you want the deboss directly over the cuts you made out of the white piece in order to get an embossment out of this. Once your Cricut machine is done, you can remove that, and you can just carefully remove the card from around the white. You can reuse the white cut piece that we cut in step one. You can reuse that many, many times to make as many of these cards as you would like. So now let's take a look at some of the tests that I did with this method and different tips. So I used this deboss tip for this first card where it is indented into the card. I used the deboss tip again with this method and I get a raised look instead of an indented look. So side by side, you can see the indentation of the deboss. And then with this method, I get an emboss where it is sticking up. It is raised off of the surface. Where this is flat and I can't feel anything, I can actually feel this on the surface. Now with different cardstocks, I get different results. So try different cardstock weights for both the white cut as well as the card itself to get different effects. However, you can see on the inside of this card, I can even see where it is raised up. So you get an indentation on the inside of the card. Whereas with the traditional deboss with Cricut, there's really not any marks, just barely any marks on the inside. Now, if I switch to the scoring stylus, I get a slightly different look. So it's a little crisper than the deboss tip, but this is not my favorite method. My favorite method, hands down, is the foiling tool. It gets a very crisp, deep emboss. You can really feel it raised off the surface. The details just look amazing on the card. And the inside even, you can really see just how much it is indented into the surface. So the foiling tool is definitely my favorite way to get an emboss with a Cricut machine. So if that's true, can I use the same method with other machines? So I tried that. It does not work as well. So this is an Explorer machine. This version is the foil tip, and this version is the scoring stylus. While it does technically work, like my flower is definitely on these pieces, it just definitely is not as deep. The Maker just has more force, and you can definitely see it with tests like these. Same thing, using the same method with the Joy and using the foiling tip. It's there, I can kind of see the flower, but it is just not raised off of the surface like the look you get with the Maker. So bottom line, if you want an emboss with a Cricut machine, I highly recommend the Cricut Maker and the foiling tool of all things. And using this method with the cutout of some kind of thick paper. Now, I use Cricut craftboard. I'm not even sure if they're making craftboard anymore, but a heavyweight cardstock. Something thick is what you want for this step. And once you have this, again, you can use it over and over and over again. So you're not wasting this piece of paper. This is almost like a template at this point. That's why I recommend the green mat, a newer green mat if you can. And that way you can just keep this piece on here and just keep adding the cards to this cutout. The cutout in this, as well as the cutout on the card step, so I kind of called that step 3, is what keeps this in location. And I do feel like it varies by machine, by type, so I would definitely cut a new one of these every time maybe you use a different machine if you're going to test this with different machines. But in my test, I definitely saw that the Maker did the best, and the Maker with the foiling tip is what I recommend. Now, I have tried this with a variety of cardstocks as well, and still, the foiling tip with this method and the Maker machine gives me the best embossment result. But you do get a variety of results with different cardstocks. Now, a metallic looking cardstock or something that has like a finish over the top, a lot of times will crack with this method. So I don't recommend those, but you will get different cardstocks will give you different results. Just some of them I feel like just maybe bend more, move more than other ones. This one probably moved a little bit less than some of the other ones I've used. You could definitely get some really deep embossments if you get the right cardstock combination with the Maker and that foiling tip. So I hope this helps you if you've been searching for a way to emboss with the Cricut, not deboss, because the deboss tip is great, right? Except when I want something raised off the surface of my cardstock, I want an embossment. I want to emboss the cardstock. How do I do that? This is definitely the method that works best, and now you can get your location perfectly every time for cards, invitations, and so much more. So hopefully this helped you if you're looking for a way to emboss with your Cricut machine. If you have any questions about anything we've covered, drop down in the comment section and ask away. If you liked this video and it helped you, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have videos just like this one all the time. In fact, if you want to know more things you can make with the deboss tip, I have those for you, or more things you can make with the foiling tip, I have those for you as well. So thank y'all so much for joining me today, and stay tuned right here on YouTube for another creative, crafty video. Thanks y'all. Bye-bye.